go.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, she is the SmackDown Women's Champion, Charlotte Flair!
What an atmosphere here tonight as we kick off the match between the SmackDown Women's Champion and the Raw Women's Champion. From ringside, Michael Cole from Friday Night SmackDown on Fox, my broadcast colleague Pat McAfee, and from Monday Night Raw, Corey Graves. Guys, we are starting things off with a bang.
To be perfectly honest, these two women may fight all night long. We are all okay for it. This could get downright ugly in a hurry.
She is the Raw Women's Champion, the man, Becky Lynch!
We just saw the video package, the long story of the past between Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair. And I challenge you to find a rivalry on Raw, on SmackDown, as deeply personal and volatile as the two women's champions.
On Earth, Corey, on Earth.
The history making between these two women began back in July of 2015, when along with Sasha Banks, they would begin the women's revolution in WWE. Over the years, these two women have battled for championships. Hell in a Cell, Last Man Standing, both were in the first ever TLC match for women. Becky eliminated Charlotte from the Royal Rumble. Becky beat Charlotte and Rousey in the main event at WrestleMania. And here we go again tonight. Underway, and Charlotte with the right hand. And Charlotte going right after Becky Lynch. And Becky going right after Charlotte. And so much of this, Corey, has been talked about. The disrespect these women believe they show one another.
Listen, I think what this is going to come down to is which of these women can compartmentalize the rage to prevent themselves from making that fatal error, case in point.
I think we just have to accept the fact that early here, they are going to want to beat the hell out of each other. No.
Disarmer. The disarmer almost locked in. Charlotte Flair doing her best to prevent it as a fistful of Becky Lynch's locks.
And back to a vertical base, and just like that, Becky, oh my goodness, right on the nose.
These two know each other inside out.
There by Charlotte. What a physical brawl so far.
Charlotte Flair raining down right hands on the Raw Women's Champion.
Good luck to official Ryan Tran controlling this one.
Action is spilled to the outside to the surprise of absolutely no one. Listen, when it comes to athleticism, Charlotte Flair is unmatched. Becky Lynch is going to have to rely on her craftiness. Maybe take a shortcut or two. Lynch can be extremely cunning when need be.
And she can be vicious, aggressive as well, as she drove Charlotte into the post and into the barricade.
Take a look at the kick delivered moments ago from Becky Lynch. Right in the forehead, it appeared, or maybe across the nose of Charlotte Flair.
Charlotte ate that. She knew she was fighting somebody that's incredibly gritty and cunning and strong and tough. Charlotte's all of those things and more. This history is so deep. Listen to the WWE Universe.
Listen, we've seen in the past when Charlotte, Becky looking to end this.
And looking for the manhandle slam, counter by Charlotte into the backbreaker.
When Charlotte Flair is able to channel,
kick right to the back of the neck.
When Charlotte can channel her aggression, when she can focus her anger on an opponent, Charlotte Flair is almost untouchable.
She has been through her entire career. 13-time champ for a reason.
Looking on and with almost disgust at the Over 15,000 at Barclays Center tonight. And look at Charlotte just unloading on Lynch.
Charlotte Flair is overwhelming the Raw Women's Champion right now.
Bouncing her head like the Nets do a basketball in this arena.
Both of these women have performed at the grandest of grand stages, main eventing WrestleMania together, withstanding each other's best heroes.
Oh, Charlotte got hung up on the top rope knee by Becky.
There's one thing's for certain, Pat. Neither of these women will be intimidated by the magnitude of the moment.
Not at all. They love it. They embrace it. This is the opportunity, says Charlotte.
Uh-oh, look out!
Becky driven shoulder first into the post.
Wedged in between the post and Charlotte Flair. Becky Lynch in trouble.
And now Charlotte goes out on the attack, and this is what Becky had to be afraid of, Corey. The pace slowing down to allow Charlotte to take over.
Charlotte Flair making the long climb to the high-ranked district.
And Becky knows Charlotte so well. Knew Charlotte was going for the moonsault and was able to counter.
Flair crashed face first into the barricade on the outside. Lynch able to buy herself some valuable time to recover.
And Charlotte may have injured her knee.
High-
Came down hard.
High risk, high reward.
Well, in this
Charlotte.
case, no reward for Charlotte. Boom! The reward was a face full of barricade and potentially a knee injury.
Yeah, Charlotte back to her feet. Becky Lynch now dropped. Oh, spine first, right on the barricade.
Right in front of the Mets fan. That man knows misery, but he has no idea what it's like to get your ribs dropped on the barricade.
How physical has this match been?
This is exactly what we all expected and then some. Both of these women pushing one another to their limits in the opening moments of this matchup. And guys, I said it from the outset, I wouldn't be surprised to see this thing last all night.
So much trash has been talked over the past couple of weeks between these two. Charlotte said at times it feels like I was the only adult in the room. I'm the consistent, I'm the diamond in the division.
Well, both of these women have spent the better part of this week disparaging one another in media interviews all around the globe. And it all comes down to this moment.
You said a lot about me, Becky says. Charlotte answering.
Exchanging blows and slaps, Becky and Charlotte, and a clothesline by Charlotte.
That was a fun little game, Charlotte says.
Becky has said that there's always been tension. It's been boiling under the surface as you take another look.
And this is the sort of game-changing power possessed by Charlotte Flair. One strike can change the complexion of any matchup she's involved in.
Anytime you have two alphas in the same room, there's going to be tension. There's going to be moments that call for slapping each other mercilessly.
And a kick out at one. Charlotte with a smile on her face. Becky believes, Corey, that this all has to do with the fact that Charlotte is jealous of Lynch.
Listen, we heard Charlotte's comments, but let me ask you this. Is it Charlotte Flair who's experiencing the identity crisis? Charlotte only knows how to exist at the top of the mountain, alone. Now that Becky Lynch is back in the conversation, it's really thrown Charlotte for a loop.
And Charlotte driving an elbow against Lynch. Oh, and then what a chop. And Charlotte using her long arms to keep Becky at bay. The reach advantage, of course, for the 13-time women's champion.
Kick to the midsection, thwarted by Charlotte. And again, looking to take out the leg. Lynch out of the way in time.
Oh, and a kick right to the side of the face again.
Charlotte is rocked for the moment. Lynch looking to build some momentum. Around we go. Lynch once again looking for the disarmor.
Yeah, but Charlotte able to roll up Becky's shoulders, and the power by Charlotte. And that's where the advantage goes to Charlotte. Cover now, off the slam, and a kick out of two.
How did Becky kick out of that? Charlotte laughing, knowing that she had Becky right where she wanted her.
Or, Pat, is that disbelief that after the rampage of Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch was able to beat the count of three and continue this battle.
But Corey, these are the moments that Charlotte Flair craves, that she lives for. All the attention, all the spotlight. Cover now on Becky, and a kick out. 15,000 staring down on this matchup, kicking off Survivor Series. Millions watching around the world. We are at Barclays Center, Brooklyn, New York. 15,120 WWE fans in attendance for our Thanksgiving week tradition known as Survivor Series.
Shoulders
Becky
down.
rolling up Charlotte, who has to kick out at two, looking for the disarmer once again. Charlotte able to roll up Becky, and another kick out. Becky still trying to wrestle Charlotte down and send into the corner. This action, fast-paced since the beginning. And as physical as it comes.
And neither woman to this point has been able to sustain much of an offensive hold.
There's been a brawl, Corey.
Seesaw back and forth, up and down.
And now Becky with right hands and a slap and kicks and boots. And now Becky setting up Charlotte for a Bexploder. Charlotte able to counter.
Charlotte flailing wildly.
And now using Becky's move against her as she drives Becky into the corner. And a kip up by Charlotte.
Deep into the match. Exhaustion might set in for the regular superstar. Charlotte Flair tipping up after her most devastating move of the match.
Corey, Charlotte Flair, one of the greatest athletes that we have ever seen in a WWE ring.
I completely agree with you, but the same's got to be said. Wait, cover here.
Becky, talk all your shit.
Oh, yeah.
All
Hey.
these people know I'm the greatest.
And this is where Charlotte Flair is spending a lot of valuable time stroking her own ego. Let's be honest. Let's call it what it is, Pat.
Nah, she's building up more energy with disdain, reminding herself why she despises Becky right now.
But this is what Charlotte needs to be conscious of. Becky Lynch will capitalize on any and every error that Charlotte makes tonight. Now, from the top once again.
Charlotte goes for the moonsault, lands on her feet. Becky rolled out of the way momentarily. What a move by Charlotte, and a kick out by Lynch.
She was setting her up, Corey. You stooge took her time, knew Becky would roll out of the way, hit her with a double moonsault.
But is Charlotte becoming frustrated?
Look
Absolutely.
at this.
The smile, in my opinion, on Charlotte's face right this moment is one of false bravado. Charlotte Flair at this point is trying to convince herself that everything she said to this point has been true.
Michael Cole, you say dumb things all the time. Has Charlotte Flair not done whatever she wanted thus far?
Yeah, but Becky's still fighting back. Becky's still in this matchup, taking every shot that Charlotte's
Inside
throwing
cradle.
away. Roll up by Lynch. Shoulders down, kick out. Oh, and another right.
Charlotte says, I'll eat that for dinner here in Barclays.
These two superstars are beating the hell out of each other.
To say the least.
Charlotte out to the apron, shoulder to the midsection. And now Becky hung up in the top rope.
Hey, that's good work, Charlotte.
You are watching two of the greatest in-ring performers of our generation, Becky Lynch and Charlotte, kicking off Survivor Series here tonight. A 13-time champion, a 6-time champion. And Becky, now it's her turn to hang Charlotte up on the top rope.
Lynch returning the favor and a big-time right and an uppercut.
Ooh! Great combinations by Becky taking the fight to Charlotte.
Charlotte could have never expected this late. Becky with a fury.
Leg drop across the back of the neck. Lynch for the win on Flair. Charlotte at 2.
Pat, I know you're still relatively new around here, but of course Charlotte Flair expected this. This is big-time Bex. This is the man. Becky Lynch, we're talking about the Raw Women's Champion as we look once again at Becky soaring through the skies of Brooklyn, delivering a thunderous leg drop and nearly putting this one away.
I completely forgot. This is awesome.
Indeed it is, and what a way to kick off Survivor Series. The one time a year, Raw goes head-to-head against Friday Night SmackDown.
Champion versus champion all night long. What a way to start things here at Survivor Series.
It's about pride. Who's the better champion?
Particularly in this match, it is all about pride and ego.
Nice takedown by Becky. Looking for a disarmer. Oh, actually, unique armbar here by Lynch.
Both of Charlotte Flair's arms are trapped, being hyperextended.
Is she trying to break both of her arms?
And Charlotte, shoulders are down, kick at 2. Becky almost had her.
Great transition by Lynch into the pinfall attempt.
It was an incredible move by Becky Lynch. The biggest superstars on earth battling.
And Becky still talking trash.
We keep saying it, when it comes to athleticism and power, Charlotte Flair is unmatched, but Lynch from
Went for the big, went for the big boot. Cover by Charlotte, had her in a kick out. It looked like the back of Charlotte's head hit Becky, and Charlotte took advantage.
Charlotte, like a shark on top of her when she smelled blood in the water. That move came out of nowhere, almost ended this thing.
Lynch was looking for momentum.
Right there.
Flair connected with a back elbow, rocked Lynch, who frantically escaped before the count of 3.
Charlotte misses the kick, comes back with her back to Becky's head. almost ended this thing.
And look at Charlotte just toying with Becky now.
Becky's
Run
tough.
away! Run away, Beck! Run away!
Elbow right across the bridge of Charlotte's nose.
Becky hanging on. Charlotte able to roll through. Oh, and a boot by Charlotte.
That'll
for
do
the
it.
win. Center of the ring, and Lynch stays alive.
Wow. How is Becky Lynch kicking out of these?
And now the frustration is beginning to show on Charlotte.
I mean, how could it not when you hit it this clean?
And this is what it all boils down to. Charlotte with the power, with the athleticism, but Becky Lynch has the fire.
This hit an Evan McPherson boot off of Becky Lynch's head, and Becky somehow kicks out.
And Becky.
Charlotte thinking about the figure 8 submission. Becky Lynch obviously had it well scouted.
Charlotte looking to power. Becky, though, able. Oh, great move by Becky. Cover now. Hook of the leg on Charlotte, and a kick at it, too. What an incredible matchup between Lynch and Flair.
One-upping each other at every turn.
Take a look at this. Lynch able to escape. Inverted DDT, nearly picked up the win, but Pat, as we know so well, almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades.
And Bocce grabbed the gabagool. This is a hell of a match.
And now it's Becky who's starting to gain control of the matchup.
This is an instant classic. They'll talk about this 20 years from now. There'll be documentaries of this evening.
Becky trying to
Lynch
rub
now,
salt.
no,
Look at Becky
this
just-
is insurance is what this is. Becky Lynch wants to make absolutely damn sure that Charlotte Flair doesn't move or get up.
dragging Flair to the corner.
And now big time Bex thinking about making something big happen.
The man with fans in the stands going high above in the Barclays Center.
Becky top rope, went for the leg drop, just caught Charlotte just a bit, didn't get all of it. Charlotte rolls out of the way, went for the big boot. Becky Lynch able to counter. Oh, manhandle slam! Cover on Charlotte for the win, who gets her long legs on the bottom rope.
Veteran instincts from Charlotte Flair, knowing her position in the ring at all times.
Shout out to Red Notice with the manhandle slam. Charlotte Flair, ring IQ on 100,000 million.
It's literally not a thing, Pat. Right now, Becky Lynch is thinking about one thing and one thing only: disposing of Charlotte Flair with authority at Survivor Series.
Is Becky actually going to go for the figure four?
You mentioned salt in the wound.
And now if she bridges, she's going to...
No, Becky doesn't have it. I don't believe Becky has it fully locked in. Maybe has a modified heel hook.
But Charlotte screaming in agony.
She just called her a bitch.
And now slapping one another, beating the heck out of one another.
Charlotte looking to reverse the pressure.
And it does now. It's Becky who can tap.
Yeah, but again, it wasn't locked in perfectly to begin with. This is going to be painful, but not enough to end the matchup.
Charlotte has a 5 count to break the hold, which she does.
She did have that one leg locked in deep. Not fully fastened.
Yeah, but either way, Charlotte Flair not going to escape that submission attempt without some damage.
The Barclays Center in Brooklyn, home to Survivor Series. Over 15,000 on their feet throughout this matchup between the Raw Women's Champion Charlotte Flair and the SmackDown Women's Champion Charlotte Flair, the Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch. And Charlotte with a boot, driving Becky to the floor.
An absolutely brutal brawl of spite and deep personal hatred for each other.
Take a look at this boot from Charlotte Flair right in the mug of big-time Bex. And once again, Charlotte making the long climb up top.
Welcome to Friday night, Corey Graves.
It's Sunday, Pat. It's Raw versus SmackDown. It's champion versus champion.
And it's Charlotte Flair with a moonsault. Didn't get all of it, but it may be effective enough.
See the passion in the eyes of Charlotte Flair as we look once again at Flair soaring through the sky. Didn't get full maximum impact, but the elbow caught Lynch under the chin once again.
And it eats at Charlotte Flair. She needs to be the absolute best. She needs to be the greatest of all time. That is what drives her.
As you see her use her
Crawls
momentum.
to the cover. Hook of the leg now on Becky. Near fall for Charlotte Flair.
She used.
Oh, and now a disarmer. This is Becky Lynch's submission hold.
Insult to injury. Lynch is in trouble. Center of the ring.
Nowhere for Becky to go. Charlotte with the disarmer in. Trying to manipulate the joints, the fingers there of Becky Lynch. Becky trying to drag herself somehow to the bottom rope for some sort of break here.
That's locked in deep. That arm's bending, and somehow
And Becky makes it.
Charlotte sensed desperation.
You got game next. You got two.
Oh!
Guys, I will admit, the deeper this matchup goes, the more comfortable and confident Charlotte Flair appears to be.
And Charlotte unloading on Lynch.
This is her zone, Corey.
And Becky now with a right hand. Becky Lynch trying to duck underneath.
O'Connor rolls, shoulders down.
Roll up. Charlotte's got the ropes. Charlotte's got the ropes in the ref corner.
Great call by the official.
And now Lynch rolls through. Becky's got the ropes. Becky's got the ropes. The ref didn't see it.
What the hell is this ref doing?
Here is your winner, the Raw Women's Champion, the Man, Becky Lynch!
Not like that, Michael Cole. Not like that. That match was too good to end like that, Corey
Listen,
Graves.
Pat, I agree with you. It was a hell of a match. But in the end, Becky Lynch beat Charlotte Flair at Charlotte Flair's own game.
You're right. Charlotte got burned.
And the ref is a stooge. SmackDown takes an L because of that.
Get used to it, Pat. The night is young.
Yeah, but what an incredible match.
No doubt about it. Both of these women left it all in the ring to steal an old cliche. Charlotte Flair got caught with her hand in the cookie jar. Becky Lynch had the veteran wherewithal to wait to the last possible
And
second.
in defense of the official, he was in a different position on the second count.
In defense of the official, he's in the wrong position. Whatever the case, incredible match. And congrats to Becky Lynch. One up in Charlotte.
She can go more to her now. And she can go down the dirt sheets. I'm the freaking best.
Hey, tell the internet. Becky said, I'm the best.
Becky didn't just say it, Pat. Big time Bex just proved it.